Because we all are just chilling anyway. The other, I gave away 2 joints last night. The other one, we're like in the middle of like the music pit, and like there's this group off to the side, and I had my mushroom hat on. And this old guy looks at me and he's like, "You got any?" And I was like, "Mushrooms?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "No." Then I turn back around, and I'm holding out a joint, and he's like, "Oh no, no, it's fine, it's okay." And this woman who's also sitting like in their group reaches over past him and like grabs it and is just like, whoop, and she's just like, "Thank you." And then they just disappeared immediately. It's like, yeah, they're gonna go get fucking lit.
I'll just restart my computer really quick, and I'll be right back.
That now is the perfect time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here and smoke. So you're getting the cake samples and dessert samples now, eh? That's the good stuff. That's the
Yeah, Ashley is like the cousin is making like a whole bunch of baked goods, like pumpkin balls, these chocolate covered strawberries, cake pops, just a whole array of things.
nice. That's fucking exciting. If I can swing it, though, like because we want to do like a kind of like a private wedding ceremony, but we also want to do like a mock ceremony afterwards for people who wanted to attend like an actual wedding. So we want to do like that and a reception. And I'm pretty sure the band from Oktoberfest last night, I followed them on Instagram. I want to see if they do weddings and how much, because I want them to play at my reception.
I think she stole my lighter. Wow, that's bold.
The absolute disrespect.
The audacity.
The audacity.
I gave her my spare lighter and she stole mine.
She liked yours more.
Just took both of them.
Just leave you with like a fucking flint and steel.
You mean with a toaster?
Oh, that's good. Nope, some. Is that Crown Royal? Yeah, Crown Royal Peach.
Where are you?
That's okay. Anya's refreshing or restarting her computer anyway. And honestly, with like how fucking beat I am, I don't mind the minute to wake up and just chill with you guys for a few minutes. Everybody got their level ups done?
Yep. Yeah, me and Kirby were talking about game earlier too.
Both you and him just did went to 5th level Bard, eh?
Yeah.
You're waiting for what, 6 to cross class?
I don't think I'm gonna cross class because I already got like my E-Blast. So like I could go Hexblade, but
Yeah, oh yeah. Poppy's the only one who cross classed. What the fuck? Was that matches? A dead lighter? Oh, this is so sad. The worst part is, like, I'm staring at how many lighters do I have on my desk? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 lighters on my desk, and I wish I could just like hand them one through the screen to you. Like this one is Bob Marley, but I put googly eyes on him. Alejandro. Or Flash, to kind of prep you ahead of time, I am going to make you make up lore soon within this session, so.
Oh boy.
All your cameras are everywhere, but I can't fix it. Because if I try to rearrange them, I'll have to do it again when Kirby actually does pop in. Ba, ba, ba. TWA.
Did that help?
For the most part, yeah. No, like, Brian's in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Like, at least we can see your faces. Brian, today you're playing the role of Dino. No. Why'd you close it? That was perfect.
What happened? My Jagex launcher just closed. I see. The window I was sharing closed. There we go.
Perfect. Wonderful. Yeah, that'll work for now. We'll get into it. I'm assuming Kirby's gonna show up at 8 and be like, "Ah, shit, dude, my bad." That happens. And like happens so rarely with this group that I'm not worried about it. So we will get into the shenanigans. We'll start. You heard Ellie earlier. She said be real nice to you guys. So I'm gonna say everybody gets 15 points on their points card today.
Yeah.
Bam.
I'm assuming the answer is probably going to be no, but does anybody want to get a charm?
I'm going to use the option to trade in 3 lesser charms for a new random one.
Burn 3 for a new one. We can do that. Yep. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and get rid of whatever 3 you're getting rid of. Just remove them from your character sheet.
Yep, deleting them now.
And your new charm is a Charm of the Acquisition.
Oh, what do you do?
Activate this charm as a bonus action. One tiny object of your choice within 30 feet teleports directly to your hand. If it is physically connected to another object, there is a 25% chance of success.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
You can use it 3 times before it disappears, which is awesome. Alejandro, you wanted one as well? You want 3? You want 3?
Oh, damn.
Stack me up.
Okay.
You're getting ready to throw me into a one-on-one? I'll take 3 right now.
Charm of Immolation, Charm of Secret Light, and Monster Charm.
What's
they all
what
sound
they do?
fun.
They all sound fun, yes. Charm of Immolation. Moves within 5 feet of you or starts its turn within 5 feet of you. It takes 1d8 fire damage. This effect lasts for 1 minute. Oh, yes. Come closer.
Yeah, it's conveniently
literally
timed.
walk into a group and turn it on.
Designate which creature can see the light. When you activate it, the light is only visible to those creatures. Okay, that could be useful, later. Monster Charm. Oh.
Anybody else rolling for charms?
That could be interesting.
No. Okay. Last we left, I definitely shorthanded this recap because there was so much that happened. During your battle with the Rose Scorned, Poppy managed to convince Shanum that the Fabulous Funky Five were actually the White Roses, and summoned a contract demon named Scratch that he had made a deal with. Scratch seemingly froze the arena, like froze time, kind of, and sniffed out that the Fabulous Funky Five were lying. And to make up for the deception, Scratch summoned several hellhounds to aid Shanum in combat in exchange for the souls of the rest of the Rose Scorn. He disappears from the arena, and in spite of giving that boon, you guys still absolutely destroyed the Rose Scorned, humiliating them and turning them into permanent enemies. With strats that included Dino becoming a kaiju, which nobody expected. The Fabulous Funky Five ends up winning against the Rose Scorned with 195 points, which is the highest that was earned in the competition out of any of the battles. And the display of hijinks is seen by all of Faerun. At the end of the bout, when all of your opponents were raised, they left without speaking to you, but with Gino walking over and giving a little fuck you to him, Shanum vowed to take vengeance on the Fabulous Funky Five once he was done with the White Roses. Duvessa and the people of Bryn Shander teach the Fabulous Funky Five their folk song, Fortress in the Frost. And they also awarded you with a magical golden harp and a bag with enough gold pieces that everybody got 250. I think I said 1,000, but it should have actually been 1,250 for an even split. Everyone should have got 250 gold, so that was on me. There needed to be some deliberation before the next leg of the competition is announced, so like Ezra said, hang tight, and in a couple of days you'll know what's up. Kendrick also gave the crew some money as earnings for his bet. He bet on the team and won that bet against Bob. And also gave you a congratulatory spell scroll that he challenged you guys to turn into a song. Outside of the venue, Scratch almost makes a bargain with Gino for Dino's soul in exchange for hellhounds, though Poppy and Alejandro very quickly shut all that shit down. Scratch gives Gino an infernal ticket that would transport him and the crew to the city of Dis, one of the cities in the Nine Hells, and Alejandro gets Dino a bucket of corn dogs to talk him out of signing a contract with the demon. The group went to the shop where they were welcomed by Elza, and I can't remember the dude's name ever, but the other guy too. The more traditional sounding one, Garn the Hammer, and Elza. They welcome you with open arms. They congratulate you affectionately, and give you some gifts as well as like free wares. Like they gave you a choice of like free +1 armor or +1 weapon. Gave you some potions and the like. And also offered the band their first kind of business endorsement, offering to sponsor them, make and sell merch for them to promote the band, and fund the band's first album. They also agreed to fund Gino's solo album, Garbage, and Poppy waits to claim her free item. So you're the only one who still has to claim it. Leaving the shop, Alejandro does spot a white rose in the distance, but it disappears. Not worrying about it, but not worrying too much about it. You did just make your way to the tavern. And there you were also welcomed by the village, and cheered on, given free food and lodging, and performed an impromptu concert for the villagers. And while everything winded down, maybe some of you were playing solo songs, maybe some of you were just like too deep in the drink, Alejandro, who wasn't really drinking anything, was just kind of enjoying the festivities, decides to slip away to go back to Black Iron Blades. I don't know if it was to shop for something or just to ask questions, but you'd wanted to go to the smithy there. And making your way, you just managed to catch somebody's dagger at your neck with your own blink dagger, as you hear a whisper in your ear that states, King Rurigar sends his regards. And that is where we ended session last. Brinchander Street. You don't feel breath on the back of your neck, Alejandro. All you see, like, you see the blade, and you don't even see the cloak fully. It's almost like it has this kind of shimmer of, like, almost like a blur effect on it, where it's kind of like just like a vibration. This thing is trying. You did manage to catch it and like catch the blade. But he does kind of do like a push and try to like stab into your chest. I'm going to get you to make a dexterity save here. Yeah, fast as fuck, boy. He goes to like stab in, and that's your kind of like opportunity to just kind of like slip out and from behind him. And once again, you see that it is like you see the white and red, and like it is a clear humanoid form, but it is also like kind of like waving and vibrating. And he turns and brandishes this like short blade at you, and he says, "You must die."
Seems very dramatic there and awful drastic. I see that King Rudogard has finally tracked me down, huh?
Just kind of, he doesn't answer, but again, kind of has that blade ready. But he is also not approaching you now that he sees that you're attentive and like are like and noticed him. He is kind of it seems like he's hesitant to step forward right away.
Does the old fox know where I am? Have you informed your masters of my location?
Once again, he doesn't say a word, but like tilts his head and he says, "You know, everyone knows where you are."
Everyone.
Alejandro of the Fabulous Funky Five.
Well, my reputation precedes me, apparently. And I'm drawing my rapier at this point. Like, there's no... I won't do it aggressively to try to, incite him to make a move, but, I mean, obviously I'm readying myself.
Yeah, let's roll initiative. He is an assassin, so I mean, he will be trying to kill you. Thankfully, he doesn't get a surprise round on you or anything. Thanks to your perceptive skills, so he won't get that kind of sneak attack on you. But he is still going to try and complete his mission. So he does kind of come in for a stab with his sword. And misses. As he goes to kind of like take a dip at you, and you can just like take that step back, being aware of him now. Once again, it seems like he is attacking cautiously.
A duel it is then, huh? Well, I salute you.
Go ahead. Oh, sorry. It is your turn. That's all he's going to do for now.
So I'm assuming he's within range. Like,
yeah. Rather than have a grid like right now, we'll theater of the mind it because he is like actively keeping close to try and stab at you. But once again, like not even needing to roll to realize like he is being very cautious with how he tries to strike at you.
Okay. Well, I will open it up with a stab in his direction.
Roll with disadvantage. I mean, still a fail, but with those, because of his blur effect, you'll need to roll with disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh. Okay, then.
You're what, College of Swords? Do you get a second attack at level 5?
I do not. Not until 6.
Oh.
I mean, I can do bonus. I could make an attack on a bonus action. Like I can make an offhand attack as a bonus action. But for this round, I think I will use the bonus action to activate this bad boy.
Nice.
For the moment.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
And that'll do it for now. For round 1.
Yeah, and sorry, starts its turn within 5 feet, or moves within 5 feet of you. Perfect. So at the start of its turn, it is going to have to roll, or go ahead and roll your 1d8 for the damage, because he's right next to you. Kind of like singes his robes, and you hear him kind of grimace a little bit. This time he doesn't hold back. He takes a step in and goes for a couple slashes at you. 21?
Yes. Hold on. I'm reading something. Hold on just a second.
Sure.
So, can I use silvery barbs and use myself as the... Oh, okay, it does say you can choose yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
For the advantage, yeah.
Right. Well, what the heck?
Silvery Barbs' attack.
Use that as a reaction. I figured I better use all the tricks I have if I've got them.
It's true.
Whew.
15's a miss. Okay.
Yep.
So it's a miss on the first attack.
Yep. Oh, great.
That is a crit on the second attack.
Of course.
Oof. Still does 11 damage. no change to the damage he would have done. But you watch as he goes like slash slash with one hand and then raises the other hand right in your face, and is going to cast Ray of Frost at you.
Well.
Sorry, it's a ranged attack spell. It should have been rolled with disadvantage. I am going to roll that second attack roll. It's plus 5, so let's just do d20 plus 5. Sorry, no, misses that Ray of Frost. Goes to blast it and you just kind of like tilt your head and just miss it. He kind of like leaps and jumps back 15 feet to not get burned. And you hear this kind of growl under his voice, under the hood.
Hey. Ah. This feels like a chess match. But Silvery Barbs gives me advantage on an attack roll,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yes, it does. So that means your attack will just be normal instead of with disadvantage, which is nice. Although Barbs, I believe it's attack roll or like a attack roll, ability check, or saving throw is what you get advantage on, right?
I think so. I think it's like the next D20 roll you make or something.
Yeah.
Within 1 minute. Oh, so I don't have to use it right away.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so healing potions are bonus action.
Healing potions are a bonus action, yeah.
Okay. All right, so as an action, I'm going to try casting this. Drop it right on him. Like squarely centered on him to see if there's a chance I can catch him with it.
Yeah.
Try to negate his advantage if I can. Hey!
Fails.
Yay! Purple. Purple is the color of the fairy fire.
Yep.
And then as a bonus action, I will use one of those. Real quick. And then pass a turn.
All lit up like this. You watch as he kind of does, like again, you can't see his face, but you can kind of imagine kind of the shock, like his body language is that of like surprise. He drops the blur, and you watch as his like his body kind of like comes into a full form for the first time, and you do see like you didn't see how structured he was, and before like it was like blurry, but now you can see like he is rigid with his movement, but very precise. You watch as he kind of looks, he goes to like raise his hand to cast another spell at you, but kind of looks at the glow on him, shakes his head, and you watch as he waves his hand over his body and disappears. And we're going to end combat.
Disappearing meaning he's like no longer there, like no longer in front of me, right?
As far
Like,
as you
no.
know, yeah, because he goes, he becomes invisible and vanishes.
Well, Fairy Fire would outline him if he was invisible.
Any attack roll against and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. Does that?
That's why I asked if he's like teleporting. That's why I assumed we're talking like he's teleported away, or
Oh yeah, because I mean that would circumvent greater invisibility. Ooh. Okay. So he won't cast greater invisibility then. He will make the attempt and see that it doesn't work on him. Which again kind of gives even more shock. He is going to start to run away. He moves fairly quickly, 40 feet. Gets about that far, and stops and turns around and looks like he's about to cast another spell. I'm going to give you one more round to do something if you'd like, before he makes whatever move he's going to make next.
Break his fucking legs.
why not? he should still be within range of that. 60 feet.
Yep.
Shatter his kneecaps.
Oh.
Half damage here.
Just 5. Since he's half, right?
Yep.
Since I have to place the spell on the map.
Yeah.
Drop it on him.
He, yeah, I mean, you cast it and you watch as the ground under him kind of, like, like breaks into small chunks. As, like, it seems like it doesn't... It clearly hits him, but if it hurts him, he doesn't let on that it does. You go and cast the shatter spell on him as he's running away, and he eats it and then, like, waves his hand over his body, and you watch as a little glistening of magic, like, glitter falls over him, and his robe, like, the back of it that was a cape, turns into these, like, white and red wings, and he just jumps and launches and flies away.
I will see you again, senor. Very soon, I presume.
They're on the city street, having just been assaulted by one of these assassins, and now knowing that they're not there just for some runaways who managed to escape their ire, but instead are there for you. Think back to a time long past that you had almost forgotten about. Alejandro, especially with the name King Rurgar ringing in your ears, what is your memory of... We won't say everything that transpired, but what does your brain flash back to first in regard to the Scorned King?
Well, let's see. Now I've got to make something up on the fly, don't I?
Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, to help you out a little bit, like, well, it's kind of where was Alejandro before he met the gang? What would have been his interaction with a king?
Well, Alejandro, his origins are, from the southern end of the Sword Coast, probably near the country of Amn, just north of Tethir, in the forest of Tethir. This Kalimshan and Kalimport would be south of there. So, most Tabaxi in the Forgotten Realms actually, or in Faerun actually, originate from another continent, and then were brought to this area by ship. Landed in the area right around. Can't remember what the name of the place is. Near the jungles of Cholt, so that's even farther south. And then they just kind of spread throughout the continent there. So there are Tabaxi around, but there's not as, they're not a, I don't know if I would say they're a numerous group in the realms. There's enough of them that people have seen them, but so he would have been probably south, like in the south of the area where Candlekeep is, effectively in Baldur's Gate. That's kind of the area where he would have been, I don't know, grown up, if you will, or had kind of started to make a name for himself there. And then would have traveled the Sword Coast looking for opportunities to entertain. Even as far north as, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, maybe even inland, from some of those areas. He may have even traveled towards Silvery Moon at one point. So he just, he kind of probably would have just kind of gone where the winds took him and where adventure took him. The question of where he would have met the king at is a good one. Did you envision this guy as like a traditional medieval king of some sort?
No, he was I believe in the secret it's Calamshan.
Yeah.
So I think in that region, maybe not a king of the area, but a king visiting. And maybe more so carries himself like a sultan. Like more of a kind of like an Egyptian vibe. Less focused on like a territory and more focused on using his vast wealth for entertainment and his own enrichment.
Calamshan itself would be very Agrabah from Aladdin, if you will.
Yeah.
Sultans and such. So I mean, if he's from that area, he would definitely, he could definitely give off that evil Jafar kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Or if he's just visiting that area, maybe he's, affecting diplomacy when I encountered him the first time. According to my secret, it sounds like I spent some time around his wife or one of his. I don't know. I mean, I guess is he one of those multiple wives guys? Would this be his favorite wife?
I think it says concubines in the thing.
Favorite concubine.
Concubine,
does say favorite
yeah.
concubine.
So I mean, maybe he has a wife or wives, but they don't come with him on his business trips. This is like specifically his number one whores that he decides to keep and take with him on his travels.
I mean, I would hazard a guess that Alejandro probably would have been the type of guy that, while he would have made himself available for entertainment, singing, dancing, I mean, that kind of thing, he also probably would have been willing to teach singing, dancing, and that kind of thing. So I could imagine a scenario here where, perhaps he was hired to teach something to the concubine at the king's request, and that led to the problematic situation that we find ourselves in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not sure what his problem is. I mean, it was just a little light petting.
I think this king is easily jealous with a short fuse. I think it's something you would have realized from him about him from the get-go, but you can't stop the riz. It's something you can't turn off, right?
Right, and I have a very strict policy. I do not seduce married women, but I mean, she's a concubine, so I mean,
yeah. I think your first memory then is I think you met this king maybe in a local tavern in Kalimshan. Probably saw you performing and took a liking to your very swift skills and movement and how you kind of carry yourself, that feline agility at work. And yeah, hires you to try and train some of the girls to be a little bit more what's the word for it?
Entertaining? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Entertaining, to have more poise and to be able to carry themselves better, and maybe a more seductive dancing. Maybe some of them are a little bit clunky with their dancing skills. The one concubine that catches your eye, though, the one it seems like she takes to the dance like a duck to water, and there's something about her movements that catches that glint in your eye. What is the name of this concubine?
Rosa.
Rosa. Oh,
Rosa?
Rosa. Rosa. Rosa.
I'm thinking in order for her to have been in order for me to have become perhaps enamored with her, she probably would have had to have been like a halfling or gnome,
Okay.
maybe. Somebody who's my kind of at my level.
Yep.
Well, I might not, deny a lady of the medium-sized races. I'd probably be much more comfortable and much more outgoing. It probably, if I was teaching dance or something like that, and if it was going to be something where there was if it was a couples, that kind of couples dancing there, it certainly probably would have been easier for me to work with somebody my size.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Halfling, bronze skin, beautiful but like very rare and strange violet eyes, beautiful like dark chestnut hair, like long, almost touches the floor, and like carries herself truly like a ballerina, like a skilled dancer. Like there's no reason for you to need to teach her, but catches you in such a way that it's that sway together, that kind of rhythm and wave and balance, and the touch of fingertips together as you guide her through the movements, and the kind of closeness and the feeling of kind of like that like kind of chin or like face nuzzle as you kind of like do the dance. It is evident from the first day that the king does not like this, but does not say anything about it. But there is a sour note on his face in those initial moments. We're going to walk away from the memory for now, as this is the first memory, but we'll come back to these memories, I think, as we continue. So I'll give you some time to kind of think of how things progress, and we'll come back to that story. But like the thinking of those initial moments and hearing King Rurgar, it's not Rurgar you think of first beyond that angry face of his. That was just like you noticed it but cared enough not to notice because you were still so entranced by Rosa.
So you said bronze skin.
Yep.
What color hair?
Chestnut, like a dark chestnut.
And you said violet eyes?
Violet eyes.
Okay. I think I caught everything, all the details.
You snap back to reality, and you are aware very suddenly that you are out in the open. You have just been attacked.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the tavern, and the rest of the people. My trip to the store can wait until later.
Okay.
I was just gonna do a little bit more shopping. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming I can kind of dismiss the charm thing will kind of dismiss on me here, the
Yeah.
immolation charm.
Yeah, you can dismiss it. Make sure you edit it to mark it down to 1 of 2.
Yep.
And we'll come back to the north look. You're not away for very long, but while you're away, what's everybody else doing? The party is kind of winding down at this point. Everybody's still drinking. It's very merry, but a lot of the villagers are either passed out in booths or have gone home. The ones who are closing out the bar, those really dedicated ones, are kind of, they're doing the tipsy sway. What are you guys doing inside the bar?
I would like to look for garbage. At the end of parties, the best time to get garbage.
Oh, there's garbage everywhere.
Yeah, I look around. Anything, any particularly good garbage?
There's tons of food scraps from food that people didn't finish. Lots of depending on what kind of garbage you're looking for, you would certainly find lots of discarded papers.
Well,
go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Investigation. That's a 14.
14. You don't find anything special. You find your standard fare of trash. And food scraps and stuff like that. I'm going to say because of the 14 and because you're actively looking around and stuff, just to scar you a little bit, you also see Gruen and Cress making out. It's full on.
Oh. Hello. You want me to play you a song?
Hey, stop.
This one is...
Cress, still in her old lady form, looks and goes, "What? What?"
Do you want to hear Garbage Party Remix 7? It's good music to make love to.
Cress kind of looks and kind of befuddled, looks at her table, sees that there's a big half turkey leg, half-eaten turkey leg, and just shoves it off the table, "Look, food."
Wait. Garbage Party Remix 7. I'm needed. I'll be back. Going over.
So Soulfetch goes to help write a new song, fucking wasted.
No, I've got a part in that one.
No,
Oh.
that one's from the album,
I'm featured in that one.
Yeah, he's featured. He does a rap verse.
Dino is fully passed out. He's just too drunk to funk. He's done.
Being a kaiju takes it out of you.
It's true. What about you, Poppy?
I mean, I think Poppy would have had a good amount of drinks. I mean, she's a stout halfling, right? She's half dwarf almost. So she's probably been throwing it back the whole evening. At some point she sat in the corner with some random person and just kind of half crying talked about her tales of and then I tried to put another carrot in, but it just turned into dust in my fingers. And then some random person complained to me and I had to run away. And then she's probably has just been going through all the stages of being really drunk, and right now at the end of the night she's probably next to the elk just petting him. Oh, you're so soft. You're so soft.
Gruen looks at Cress and is alright, this is getting weird. Alright, you just pet the fur, pet the fur, Poppy. It's okay.
Yeah, she's sometimes in between she's talking, and then sometimes she's snoring,
Alejandro, you make it back. Your bandmates are sloppy.
Yeah, with Soulfedge's constitution, he's probably passed out on a table by now.
And as I come in, I'm checking myself, looking for any lingering injuries. Do I need to clean myself up a little bit?
That depends. Are you like trying to hide the fight? I think you took like what, 11 damage?
Yeah, and then a healing potion. So
And then
I'm
yeah.
more or less almost full, but
So you're not bleeding or anything, but there is like kind of like the slash in your jacket from where the short sword hit you.
Right.
So if you were trying to hide evidence of being in a fight, like you'd want to do that before you walk in.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not gonna hide it, so to speak. But I will cast Mending to close the rip in the jacket.
Yeah.
Okay. Poppy, what is going on? Why is Solfege passed out on the table?
What? What?
Why are you passed out on the table?
8 Constitution, baby.
I look to Solfege. Like, yeah, actually, I have a lot of constitution. I'm just old, okay? So, yeah, I look to Solfege. Probably didn't eat dinner. You know, you need
It would
to have
probably be a good
foundation.
idea for us to retire, don't you think?
Maybe you're right. Gino? Do I
What?
see Cress making out somewhere in a corner?
Well, after Gino interrupted them, and they tried to distract him, he came over and started petting Gruen, and that kind of, like, killed the mood for them, so...
Okay.
Cress is now, like, gambling with, like, another table of, like, veterans and soldiers and stuff like that.
Okay, I'll just, like, shakily get up on my feet, and I will just grab Solfege and throw him over one shoulder, and grab Dino.
I keep forgetting that you've got the damn
Yeah, 21
Yeah.
strength. Just
super strength. Yeah.
grab Dino, throw him over the other shoulder. Okay, let's go.
You have been offered lodgings for the night, so you can go sleep in the caravan, or you can sleep in the tavern, whichever you choose. There's like an upstairs set of rooms available for you guys.
Yeah,
That's
then
fine.
I
We'll
will
just take him upstairs.
Yeah, I'll just carry them up the stairs.
Throw Solfege up on top of Gerwin.
In
Have him
hindsight,
haul him upstairs.
we should have totally sang the Symphony of Grog to start off our drinking night. To
Yeah.
be more resistant to the effects of all this alcohol. Oh well.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Sounds like that's probably yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'd imagine, sorry, what is your constitution, Poppy? You said your constitution's pretty good?
Yeah, it's not so bad. I think I have 16. I have 16.
So Alejandro, Poppy seems the most coherent of anyone, even though she's a bit of like she's gone through the stages of drunk, but it doesn't hold for her. With having like a little bit of clarity, do you tell her about your encounter, or do you keep it to yourself?
If she seems lucid enough for me to have a conversation with, then yes, I'll share some details.
Okay. Put like Dino and Gino in the room with like 2 beds. Fucking throw Poppy or Solfege. You said you're fucking drunk too, so like they pop you pop in a room, and I guess before you guys retire, you take Poppy aside.
Yeah. I realize that this evening has been a great party, and we've been celebrating our grand victory here in the competition, but I think you should know that, well, you are familiar with the individuals that we were adorned as for the competition, yes? The white roses that the rose scorned were so afraid of?
Yes, I
Do
mean,
you recall me telling you that I saw one as we exited the shop earlier, as we were on our way to on our way here to the tavern?
you did? You
Yes. There was one
oh.
in the crowd, and then they disappeared. Well, when I stepped out for a minute, I was going to go back to the Black Iron Blades, and I was going to make a purchase. But then I was accosted by the individual I saw earlier in the crowd. We had a brief encounter, and I managed to chase him away, but I have a feeling he will be back.
I just look the cat up and down, or like give him like a pat his shoulders. You're all right, yes.
I am fine. I am none the worse for wear, but the I believe this individual is well, had it not been for the fact that I managed to snag him with a fairy fire spell that would have negated his defensive advantage of the blur, he was, very blurry, and tried to be, and I think he was going to cast an invisibility spell, but thought better of it. I think I just chased him away. I think he thought he had the upper hand and was going to make quick work of me, but it seems he's after me because of something in my past.
So this is not because of the impersonation.
It would not appear so. It would appear that he has come for me because I once made the acquaintance of a beautiful concubine who belonged to a king who was a very jealous man. And that king's name was Rurigard. I met him in Kalimshan while I was working in the local taverns, doing entertaining, offering to teach song and dance. And he hired me to perform these functions, and I taught his concubines, all of his concubines, but this one in particular, I do not think he liked our relationship. I think he thought we were more than we really were. She was a beautiful woman, do not get me wrong. But, Alejandro he's a lover. A lover of many, not a lover of just one. But I try to make a rule of it not to seduce any married women. It's a very important rule for me. But unfortunately, the king saw, or believed he saw, more than was really there. Rosa was a very passionate dancer. I mean, very passionate dancer. She was just lovely. She was dexterous, and she was light on her feet, and it was, just an amazing halfling dancer. But, alas, unfortunately, I had to depart quickly after after an unfortunate encounter with some of the king's guard. So I had to make a quick escape, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Poppy has like, as he keeps talking, at some point she's like patting on her own side and like pulls out a flask and throws another one back, and she like nods along.
Is the Symphony of Grog a single, or is it a? While we're sitting here talking, because I've got the bardic leathers on, I start plucking the strings and kind of playing the tunes while I'm talking, just kind of subtly.
Yeah, but I have all of that like already from my race. All the poison and whatnot.
You do. Okay, so you don't get extra advantage from the
No.
Symphony of Grog. Fair enough.
But as he like plucks away and tells her this, she will like eventually interrupt.
Like maybe it's just a nervous tick that he just starts thinking about it because he just starts doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
You do realize that you've been talking about this woman for 10 minutes now. Lover of many?
Well, I mean, she did leave an impression, don't get me wrong.
Nearby, the room starts spinning ever so slightly less for Solfege. as the symphony is slowly getting plucked on the string. Like, oh, it's slowing down.
Is Grog's playing the Symphony of Grog and he's sobering up a little bit?
Enough to at least get to sleep without throwing up on the floor.
Well, hey, there you go.
So does King send assassins after you?
Apparently. And he says that everyone knows where I am. And as he referred to me as Alejandro of the Fabulous Funky Five.
Oh,
So obviously we have made a name for ourselves, and
but what do we do
attempts
now?
my attempts to go um, uh, unnoticed on a much wider scale has unfortunately failed.
Yes, and it will only become worse. I mean, there will be information all the time, which town we're performing in.
Yes,
the
this
date.
is. I share this reason why I share this information is with you is because I believe we are going to have to remain alert at all times.
You cannot sneak out by yourself anymore. And like she rubs his lapel where he got stabbed. I know you mended it, but I will use some prestidigitation.
Oh, there's
to,
probably
just
some
to
blood
clean.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
just
probably
to
some
clean
blood.
that up.
I fixed the hole,
Yeah.
but there's probably still some blood there. Yeah.
So she kind of just rubs it off, basically,
Just
magically.
waves it away. Yeah.
We need a way to communicate with each other too, just in case something happens. What if you couldn't have dealt with him?
Well, you know, there are spells that bards are able to cast that can give communication at distance, and we can certainly learn these. I mean, I think we are sufficiently skilled now that perhaps we can learn these spells.
Yes,
We may have to.
yes. We need to make that a priority. I mean, I assume. Oh God, and you can like see she's like going in worried grandma mode.
Listen,
Oh
listen, listen,
God.
listen. You need sleep. I need sleep. The other three obviously are already sleeping. So, I
Yeah,
think it
but
would be a good
Alejandro.
idea.
And I like point at the bed with the three drunk stooges. Look at these bugs. They're idiots. He can just grab one of them and hold them hostage. And what do we do then? It's not just about you. I know you can take care of yourself. Ugh. But she's like rubbing her forehead like, I'm too old for this. Okay, let's sleep. We'll talk about it in the morning with the others.
Solfege literally spinning. Funny. It's literally spinning. It's funny. Well, I did just pick up this nice little, this fun little toy at the shop here just a little while ago. I believe, yes, I think I can. Hold on just a second. Are we going to stay here tonight and all in the same room for safety reasons? Are you going to be able to be comfortable in here, or would you prefer
Of course, I have like 30 grandchildren. I've seen it all.
I will say that the whole floor is yours today. All of those beds up there, like you guys have
Sure.
your own individual bedrooms and that like group room. You can choose to sleep all in the same room together, or you can choose to sleep in separate rooms, or like for those like you wake up in the middle of the night, like I don't want to fucking sleep with her. sleep in this room. You can have your own private bunk if you need it.
Hold on.
Well, I will make one round through the rooms. Just, I look under the bed. Just see if anything is booby trapped. I don't know.
You roam off to go to one of the other the other rooms and check them out.
Like, I will leave all the doors open and stuff so that I can call for help or something if something's. But yeah, I just have a look around basically.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. You don't clock
Dining floor.
anything in any of the rooms at all.
No. I'm satisfied for now, but I will go back into the group room and just like basically sit down in one of the chairs, lean back, and then I'm like basically, well, let's get some. Just-
I'm gonna choose to. So I've got the Swiss Army wand. I'm gonna cast Alarm from the wand. You think I could use 2 castings of it to basically cover the entire room? Roughly.
Where is a
It's usually a 20-foot cube. It's either a door, you can either cast it on a door, cast it on a window, or cast it on like a 20-foot cube area. And I was just wondering if I could just like do a double casting or even a triple casting of it, use 6 charges, and cover the entire room as effectively as one casting.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just like use it for that purpose. So I guess the question was just four am I using 4 charges or 6? And I'm okay with either.
I would allow you. I'd say if you want to use 6 charges, you'll cover the whole top floor.
Okay. So I'll do that. I'll set the alarm that way. I'll set the alarm that way. If anybody comes, it'll wake us. And then I'm gonna go to this trunk over here, right here at the foot of the bed next to Solfege.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, if there's anything in it, I'm gonna empty it out, and then I'm gonna like kick my boots off and climb in.
Okay.
You know, because I'm a cat.
Yeah.
And if I fits, I sits, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The there's a couple of like books inside. Looks like like a couple of different Bibles for different gods. You know, like sometimes you'll go to a hotel or something like that, and you look
Right.
in, and the only thing is in there is the Holy Bible.
Anything of interest that might be useful for our adventure that we're on here, or the adventure setting we're in?
You don't think so? It's kind of like your standard ones, like Ilmater, there Lathander, a lot of like the more good aligned gods. And it's all like kind of like just like your standard just like Bible like nothing that would give you any interesting information, just like fanfare.
Bye, Curb.
Why do you leave me like this? Break my heart. He'll be back. Yeah, you set up the alarms, you climb into this chest, and you fall asleep. The alarms don't go off for the night. Everybody gets to have their kind of drunken rest. I'll start with you, Poppy. You dream. You are sitting at what appears to be a card table. And across from you is this beautiful girl with ram's horns. Lots of piercings, and like this bright smile on her face, and she's got cards in front of her. And looking at the cards, you can't really make out the game. Like, there's no particular, like, recognizable suit, there's no numbers on the cards, and it's almost like when you look at the card, you catch an image, but you couldn't describe it if you wanted to. She shuffles the deck and deals out cards to you, and deals out cards to somebody next to you. And when you look next to you, you see not a shadow, but your husband in his physical form.
Oh.
deals out a set of cards to herself, and lays them out, 5 cards in front of her. She looks at you, Poppy, and says, "So, my darling, what's the game today?"
I look at her a bit confused, then I look at my husband. Does he look like... In what stage of his life is he? Is he how I last remember him, like an old man, or is he like younger? Or...
The old man, yeah, like
old
how you would have last known him, but not as like he looks healthy. He looks full of life. Like fully how you remember him, like in his prime old man years. And before even picking up his cards, he turns and gives you a big embrace and kisses you on the cheek and sits back down and says, "You heard her, honey. It's your choice. What game are we playing today?"
I look between the two of them and say, well, I always liked when we played that memory game with little Margie, where you have to match the cards. And like I'm talking about one of my 36 grandchildren. That maybe? She's very confused. And like,
Mm-hmm.
and then she leans over the table. Who are you?
She looks and says, "Oh, I think you might know. But let's play a game, and maybe you'll figure it out." Sweeps the cards instead of like the hands that she dealt, shuffles them, and like as she shuffles the cards, you see that they start to like increase in number, as it's duplicates of cards are being made. And she lays them out all in front of you, and now you see images, and they are different memories from your life. First meeting your husband, going to like, did you go to a school, like a any kind of like a bard college, or you just kind of like picked up music?
I think I picked it more up and then learned from Cressida probably a bit too.
Okay, so maybe prior to meeting Cressida, maybe your first performance, maybe meeting Cressida, maybe the memories that you've made with your party along the way. But there are 2 of each, or like duplicates of each of these little memory cards. She folds them out, shuffles and like randomizes them, shows you, and kind of flips all of the cards over. She regards you and says, "You know, I've been watching you a lot lately. And you're very interesting, Poppy."
Like reach for Marvin's hand under the table.
Yeah, he grips it tight. Kind of like gives you like a couple squeezes, kind of like to signify just that, you know, I love you. And looking at him, his face is not, he doesn't look worried. He doesn't look he looks like he's familiar with the person across the table because he doesn't seem confused. But instead it seems like he's there for support. Like he doesn't touch the cards. It doesn't seem like he's playing the game. But he is there beside you. I need you to go ahead and make a... We're going to call this just a straight luck roll, but I'm still going to give it to you with advantage. So roll a d20 with advantage.
Do I get my Fate Weaver?
I would give you Fate Weaver here.
Okay, so 3d20. Woohoo! Okay, 16 is my highest, I think.
16's
Yeah.
great. You flip over the first 2 cards and they match. What is the first memory that you flip over?
Probably from back home when I was still like a few decades ago. Like I was already older, on the older side, but not as old, with my husband, children, grandchildren, sitting around the table. So much food, just big multi-generational household. Cats and dogs in the house, the whole thing. Pretty small house, but everybody's kind of just together, fire in the fireplace. There's probably some infant hanging off my hip that is from one of my kids, the kid, so to say. Something like that, probably.
She looks and says, "Wow, lucky break, and what a sweet memory." It would seem that luck doesn't just follow you into the battlefield, but from looking at your family, I'd say you're pretty lucky in general.
Well, yes, I had a good run, I have to say. But in this case, who knows? Maybe you just dealt me some good cards. I kind of look at her, I stare her down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to. It seems like I'm getting like a bit less confused, get a bit more acclimated to the situation, and I'm starting to wisen up a little bit.
Yeah. She gestures to the cards again and says, "Please go ahead. Continue."
Do you want me to roll again, or do I just?
Yeah, give me another one. Give me one of them 3-die luck rolls.
19.
19. You flip over another set of cards. Again, another match. She looks and she says, "Wow, I thought I did a pretty good job shuffling the cards, and I didn't think you'd be able to pick this up so quick, but looks like you've got a good memory, too."
I think you shuffled the cards just fine, and like I reached over the table and like pat her hand.
What is the next memory that you flip over?
Probably something with the group. Before we entered Icewind Dale, like we're all in the caravan traveling. I'm probably sitting somewhere in a corner and just knitting. And there is a suspicious looking coat rack standing next to me that has a few antennas sticking out from it. And yeah, there's maybe an open drawer with a cat inside that is sleeping. And Gino is like somewhere in a bowl where we collect like our food garbage, and he's just eating or something. And Sulfur is probably doing something diligent, like maybe he's cleaning his clothes or something. He's definitely not eating garbage. And I'm just knitting away, and it's just a cozy scene. It seems like that's kind of a thing in my memories, that all my memories are what Poppy considers good memories, is just with people, no matter if it's a noisy scene or a quiet scene, but when people are around her and just together, it seems to be something that she cherishes a lot.
She, once again, like, she has like this like huge smile on her face. She looks and she says, "Still blessed with good company, even after all these years."
She can't help but be like, I guess.
She nods and she says, normally luck is a blessing. And it's so uncanny to see how naturally it finds you. She gestures again, and this time there's no roll involved. flips over the last set of cards. And once again, she has a smile, but this one, like, the smile breaks a little bit. And this is a good memory, but it might also be a sad memory. What comes to mind in this moment?
A good memory that is also sad.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving home.
Leaving home?
Because Poppy has been living and has been raised. It's a halfling town, right? She has, like, her family has lived there for generation. She has made her own life there with her husband. She had family, kids, grandkids, animals, farming. Very, very simple life. Nothing crazy. But I mean, at some point, even though her family, in essence, was still there was not really anything left. Marvin was gone. The kids were out of the house, so to say, or like mostly out of the house. And that's kind of a bittersweet memory, right? When you love a place and all that it means to you and the people there, but you're not really fitting in anymore. You feel kind of lonely. So that's why she started traveling. It was like, you know, she's in pension now. She picked up a new hobby, and now she's going on a cruise, so to say, like,
Yeah.
like the D&D equivalent of that. So yeah, I think saying goodbye and starting to travel at her old age, it's a happy and sad memory at the same time.
You stand atop a hill looking down at your long time homestead. And you remember the memory vividly. And at the time, you felt something comforting, like almost like a feeling like a hand on your shoulder to reassure you. And thinking back, it felt like two hands. And at first it was just kind of that idea of like, well, Marvin's with me. Marvin's always with me. But now looking down, looking at the cards, the memory plays through until it zooms out to you on the hilltop looking down on your home. And on one side of you is a shadow that has one hand rested on your shoulder. And on the other side is a beautiful woman with horns. And you can see kind of that glint of jewelry on her ears from the back. And her hand is on your shoulder on the other side. And she says, luck has always been with you. And meeting you eye to eye, she says, do you know who I am?
I have disadvantage and religion checks right now.
I'm going to circumvent that here. I'm going to give you...
I mean, I have a pretty good idea who that is. So.
I am going to give you the religion check instead with advantage. We're going to eliminate that disadvantage for now.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I know it. Let's see if Pop was. Advantage. Well, I only roll 2, of course, because I'm stupid.
15 is still good. Poppy knows who this is. Oh, yeah, even better. Poppy knows who this is.
Yeah.
You've never been really religious, but you're aware. And you've always felt like you were a little luckier than most. But as she looks at you and says, do you know who I am? What name do you give her?
I will look at her back, and I will not actually say it. I don't have to wear some strange priest clothing now, do I?
She chuckles and laughs and says, no, you can wear whatever you like.
But you're still gonna be there.
She flicks a coin at you with her face on it on both sides. She says, "For good luck."
Chuckle, chuckle.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, truly. And thank you for that.
And I look at Marvin, who I haven't seen in quite a while.
That was nice. That was nice.
As the dream doesn't end there. As she flicks the coin at you and you go to catch it and you kind of like wave your hand over your face, she disappears from the table. But Marvin doesn't. And when she vanishes, he moves to sit at the other side of the table, and where there were once cards is candles and some dinner and maybe a little bit of berry mead. And he raises a glass to clink with yours and says, "It's good to see you again, my love."
Yeah, I raise my glass too.
I would appreciate it if you stick with me, though. Even if we can't eat together.
And I clink with him.
It's lonely without you. You know.
And you'll be able to have like an actual like kind of dream dinner date with Marvin, and it's him. You could have a conversation, like he's with you. He's even though he's just a shadow, he's with you. But to be able to kind of have that discussion face to face in greater detail, and even just to be able like to hold his hand and see his face, is something that you wake up invigorated. And when you will eventually wake up, you will have the coin in your hand. Gino, you dream of garbage. In fact, you dream of because you haven't recorded your album yet. That's going to take place over a coming bit of time. But where's the track list? Hold on, where's the track list here? We'll say that. You have the dream that inspires making garbage juice.
Hell yeah.
What are the ingredients in garbage juice?
Me, you, and a whole lot of loving.
That's gross.
I'm sorry. That is pretty gross. That is
Oh no.
I feel like I hurt Flash, like he just got psychic damage. Yeah, no, making garbage juice. What? Let's see. Is anybody in that one?
No, that's a
That's
solo
what the kids
track.
call it these days.
I hope not.
Garbage juice is all you, Gino.
Yeah, making garbage juice would just be a song about how when life comes at you, when life hits you hard, you have to do the best with what you got.
That's
It's like a motivational song.
so weird. All like positive message songs, but all the titles are about garbage.
Gino is a fairly positive person. Or positive.
He positively loves garbage. Yeah.
He does. He does. He loves garbage a lot.
Dino. You dream of being a giant version of yourself again, trampling through the Sword Coast, just like fucking stomping on people in Baldur's Gate. There is a moment, Dino, where Gino is still his normal size and is down, like, in front of a building, just pointing and, like, screaming at you and insulting you. What are you doing?
I boot him. Full speed. Like, lines it up. Boom!
Alejandro's still, like, awake while, like, having your conversation with Poppy, like, just as you're finishing it. You hear Dino go, yeah, take that, asshole. Ooh, yeah.
He's fighting his brother again.
He's like, yeah, you watch as, like, he's, like, kicking and punching and fighting in the air.
Those two those two don't ever get along.
Yeah, Dino.
It's entertaining though.
You fully have just a dream about being a kaiju. Solfege. You have a hard time dreaming because you have a fairly hard time sleeping. In spite of the Symphony of Grog, you have such bad heartburn that you wake up several times throughout the night and unfortunately do not dream.
No, that checks out. Me and my 8 constitution are not made for drinking.
We've all been there, man. We've all been there.
The price I pay for taking con is one of my dump stats.
Alejandro, you eventually get to sleep, albeit it is also quite difficult. And your dream kind of goes back once again to King Ruergar and Rosa. After a few weeks of training the concubines, they do like this like performance for the king, and it's like there's a vast audience of people there. Like it's like a feast, and everybody's like celebrating and being merry. And the king, he seems happy, he's clapping along, and all these girls are dancing in front of him and doing this, like, this choreographed dance. But every now and then, Alejandro, Rosa is focusing and kind of, like, not giving her dance or, like, performing her dance for the king, but, like, very obviously performing the dance for you. She doesn't take her eyes off of you. She barely looks at the king, and he does give notice to it. Once again, nothing happens that night, or like that night, but like afterwards, once the performance is over and everybody is bid to leave, you are attacked by the king's guards. Did Alejandro let them capture him the first time, or did he escape?
I'm gonna roll a D100.
Yep.
High, low. High, he escaped. Low, he was captured.
Okay.
Oh, looks like escape.
So you
barely though.
You escaped, and managed to stay out of the King's Guard's clutches, but you make the mistake of going to find Rosa.
Uh-oh.
You meet her with her that night in a private location. And hearing about the King's Guard attacking, Rosa says, "With your cunning, we could just flee. Why don't we leave the city together? We could go anywhere.
Do you truly believe that we are going to be capable of escaping the notice of all those who would be looking for us? I mean, look at me. This handsome, rugged, tabaxi exterior it stands out extremely well, and I mean, that would be very obvious. And you, my dear, I mean, your looks alone draw the stares of many. Do you really believe that we can escape and never be found? And never be tracked down? That his guards or mercenaries or anybody that he might hire to come after us will not eventually catch us?
Maybe not if we stay here, but what if we could go anywhere?
My dear, I feel that you would be safe. As long as you remain here, you would be safe. If you devote yourself to him, convince him that you are his. That would be the surest way to keep you safe.
I don't
And
want...
I would be the focus of his anger and his, I mean, I can run and I can flee and I can let him chase me forever. I can run to the ends of the earth or the ends of Federal. Sorry.
I don't want to be his, though. I want to be yours. And with those words echoing in your head, that is where the dream ends. You wake up in a bit of a cold sweat. Still rested, but with the memory of Rosa's last words to you ringing in your head. In the morning, we'll start, you used your Swiss Army wand. You can go ahead and do your 1d6 plus 1 for your roll at dawn for the charges. If anybody has any abilities that restore at dawn, make sure that those are replenished.
I will attune to the harp. I mean, for now, I speak Draconic. I can actually carry it because it's like 1,000 kilograms. So
Yeah.
I'll just attune to it.
Yeah, perfect. In the morning, I think Solfedge, I think you were the worst for wear out of everyone. You're nursing a bad hangover.
Yeah, that checks.
But you can all long rest your characters if you haven't done that already.
Oh god, it's so bright. Close the blinds, just telekinesis.
Get up, chop chop. We have a lot to do.
Good morning.
I'll roll out of bed and I'll open the blinds. Rise and shine.
Dino, I hate you a little. I mean that in friendship.
Yeah, everybody hates Dino.
I crawl back in bed.
I pull the covers off of him.
No, we need to get up. We have work to do.
Everybody gets their 8 temp HP.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, make the breakfast too, so that we have the con save advantage. The bountiful area of bounty. I mean, breakfast music.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you're gonna, what do you, like, go down into the kitchen and, like, push scrim sacks over and, like, just be like, I'm cooking today.
No, I'd be a bit nice. I mean, I'm probably feeling like $1 million right now, right? So I'll have a uncharacteristic spring in my step downstairs. Let me help you with that.
Oh yeah, of course, please.
More like that.
Yeah, he'll absolutely allow you in the to do some work in the kitchen. If he'll follow your lead, he'll be like, whatever you need, but I can get plenty of ingredients together for you. And what are we making?
Breakfast. Do you have eggs?
Yeah.
Do you have some bread?
Yeah. I got a wizard to deliver a bunch of stuff for the party last night, so we've got plenty of stuff left over. I think I might even have some bacon around here somewhere.
Very good. When I start cooking, I'll make some like super classic stuff, like some French toast kind of stuff. You know, bread slices, and I throw on some syrup and whatnot, and just the standard stuff. But something sweet,
Yeah.
something nice.
You all smell delicious food coming from downstairs.
I was gonna say, I'm just want to like appear on the shelf behind them and be like, "What wizard specifically? Give me his name."
He looks and he's like, "Oh, what was his name? Kendrick?
Kendrick. Oh, okay. Okay, I already know him.
Yeah, he was at the party last night, and I was worried about not being able to put something impromptu on, and he said, "Oh, don't worry, I've got you covered." He actually paid for the food.
Sounds like Kendrick. He has lots of pocket burgers. You need eggs. I heard. I have pocket eggs, and I pull out like pocket eggs, but they're like fish eggs.
Oh, he just immediately is just like.
Yeah, let's use those later for lunch. This is more of a lunch thing.
Okay.
Because things are so bright right now, Solfedge is gonna like fish into his like disguise kit or in his like costume bags, and pull out a pair of glasses, and then pull out his Swiss Army wand, and he's gonna use prestidigitation to darken the lenses on them.
Go ahead and add 5 points to your points card. That's fucking hilarious. What a good use of that spell. You head down looking like a blues brother. There aren't a lot of people in the tavern here. It looks like he kind of like shut everything down after the festivities so that he could clean and stuff like that. Looks like there's a couple of, like, the stragglers are people who fell asleep there, like a couple of the villagers who just kind of like passed out, who also wake up to the smells of breakfast.
Yeah, I'll serve everybody.
They say not only do you guys put on a good show, but you take care of your fans the day after. I love this band. As you guys are eating, y'all sit down at one of the tables and kind of share a meal together. What's her name? Ezra? MC Ezra? Yeah, MC Ezra comes through the door, fan in hand, says, "You guys absolutely killed it last night."
Who did we kill? We did not kill anybody.
You killed the competition.
We tried.
Gino, you killed the competition.
They're dead?
Metaphorically.
Yeah.
Oh.
A couple things I just wanted to bring to your attention. We'll start with the good things first. We already got the payment for your album recordings, especially Gino. We heard that yours is ready. So you'll have some studio time this week to be able to record your album. Just let us know, and we'll bring you to our base of operations, our headquarters, to get that taken care of. You don't mind sharing? Do you mind sharing the booth with Aeon Rollins? He also has to get a recording done this week.
No, that is fine. Aeon was cool, I think. Who's Aeon?
The Magic Mouth?
Oh yeah, Magic Mouth. I think he is on some of my songs.
Oh, you're going to have him on some of your songs.
Yeah, it works out perfectly.
Okay. Perfect. The second thing to make note of is that you guys made quite an impression yesterday. Not only did you like score the most amount of points, but you have the most votes for popularity in the competition already at the start. You all threw us for a loop. We didn't think that some of the things that happened would happen last night. So that's where the rub kind of comes in. Your next fight is going to be against the musical group We Three. However, we haven't determined which of the 10 towns you're going to compete in yet, and that's going to be the bad news. We're going to be taking about a week, maybe 2 weeks, to revise the stages for the competition. A little spinning wheel in the center of a stage isn't very exciting when we have some of the performers being able to turn into giants that can just destroy the building. So we understandably need to step it up a notch. We have wizards already working on the tournament halls to revamp them. With some new tricks and goodies that I think are a little bit more appropriate for performers like yourself. So you get, we'll call it a week for now, maybe 2 weeks depending on how much work the wizards have to do for what we're throwing at them. But in the meantime, like I said, we can do your album recording. Gino, if you guys want to start recording songs as well, you're welcome to come into the studio at any time. Yeah, other than that, if you have any questions, I'll be in Bryn Shander probably for this week. And I'll be able to answer any questions or anything like that.
I'll lean over the table very conspiratorially. Anyways, English. So, I'll lean over the table. So, if I wanted to speak to that town speaker here, could you give me an appointment?
Town speaker? Like Duvessa?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not her secretary, but, like, I can tell her that you want to talk to her. I'll have to see her later today.
You could probably get me a foot in the door, no? Pretty please?
Poppy, I'm pretty sure you could get your foot into any door in the country.
Are you sure?
She kind of, like, looks a little oddly at you, and then, like, pulls out a little crystal that she holds out in her hand and presses, and it makes this illusion of your performance from the night before. And you watch from the start, like, just, like, from your crazy entrance to, like, the electric Gaturn attacks, to the hellhounds, to the giant Dino, like, you're watching it all happen. She looks and says, "You are celebrities."
Huh. Oh, okay.
She's like, "This has been seen everywhere."
Okay, yeah, I get maybe. I'm not used to that.
I'm gonna throw a cup like over her head. It's too early to hear about that stupid album. Nobody cares about it.
Shut up, she's saying we're famous. I attacked Dino.
Nobody wants to be on your stupid album. Start rolling around.
I'm like choking him out with his own blanket.
Nobody cares about your album.
With that, Ezra takes her leave. And yeah, so we're not gonna do like a downtime yet. We'll say with these first couple days, like, you have free reign to do what you want. for today, like now, just kind of like riding the high of the win. You have your breakfast at the tavern. Where does the team go from there?
We go and we find out who we three is. That's what I think.
I think before the breakfast ends, I would like knock on the table, get everybody's attention. I'll pull out the scroll that we got.
Quieter. Soft knocking.
Roll my eyes, knock a bit softer.
Perfect. Thanks.
Kendrick gave us the scroll, and we might actually need to get to that sooner than later. And I look at Alejandro. We need a safe resting place at night that nobody can intrude on.
I would start digging a hole immediately.
Gina, I think she means something like a magical, some kind of magical place where we can disappear to and take our rest as we need to.
Oh, like the spell. Okay. Sorry.
Yes, like a
Yes.
tiny hut. And I like open the scroll,
Yes.
put it in his face. Yes.
Yeah. No, I got it. I just heard safety and I thought hole.
Got a hole where you can drink garbage juice, roll around in it.
So, do what you will today, but try to think of some lyrics or melodies. We will reconvene tonight for brainstorming
Band practice.
and practice jam session.
Be there 15 minutes early.
Good.
So, I know that wizards in D&D can learn spells just kind of as much as they want to. I know sorcerers are limited for reasons that they're limited for. How do we feel about bards learning more spells than they're expected to be able to learn? Do we need to treat because like we can all, or most of us, I don't know how many of us took our 5th level in bard, but if we took our 5th level in bard, we'd be able to individually cast the tiny hut spell. So I'm just trying to figure out if this needs to be another, I guess the discussion is, does this need to be another group song, or can it be an individual song and treat it as such? Could it just be added to the spell list?
Here's the thing, because for the tiny hut spell, sure, like any of you can learn it and cast it by being bards, but the purpose of the spell scroll isn't about just making the spell into something. It's about taking the spell and turning it into something of your own. That's why the challenge is to make it a band song. Because it's not about just casting Tiny Hut. It's about reworking the spell for a purpose. It's that you have the understanding of the spell. What can you do with it? You could make it a song that works individually, even if it's something that you play, when you're with the band. Like, it's a song that, like, just like your songs, it's a song that you can just all know. But you can be as boring or creative as you want to be with what you do with it, because you're not just using a spell casting here. You are turning it into something unique with the concept of the spell.
We should make it a sauna.
Yeah, I understand all that. I just, I guess I'm asking a broader question just beyond the spell scroll type of thing in terms of, limitations. Are we going to stick with our limitations of like we have our spell slot limitations, but are we stuck to our spells known limitations?
Well,
Or is that going to be a downtime? Could that be like a downtime activity? I guess that's the way we want to treat it.
Well, typically bards are limited in their total spells known in the same way that sorcerers are.
Right.
Which I'm gonna say that limit still remains. Like, again, like it's pretty overpowered already to be able to use spell scrolls in the way that I'm allowing you guys to be able to use them. I'd say more that it comes down to like for spells that you do know, you can impart that knowledge when trying to rework these spells or to create these abilities for your songs.
You should
Yeah.
run it as like a group song, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, because I mean, the songs we can basically, we don't have limitations on playing them. We can use them as much as we want and stuff. So the limitation that we have to do it as a group is fair, I think. And it also doesn't count against our spell stuff, so it's actually really strong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, a lot of them have been limited so far, like one per day, the big like songs. But I mean, we're not really going to need to tiny hut more than once a day anyway. So, like,
Could we potentially turn it into rather than taking all 5 of us to cast it in the song, it has to have at least, let's say, 3 of us? I'm thinking of situations where maybe not all of us are present or all of us are conscious.
Mm.
You know, could it be a trio song instead of a full group song?
But I think that's like, we
I'm just
probably don't have to worry about it. I mean, if that's like, if we ever run into the situation where we're like only 4 instead of 5, we can probably ask him like, hey, can we roll a performance check to see if we can still manage to perform the song properly? You know what I mean? I feel like, I think you don't need to worry about it. I
Or-
feel like he's very chill about this stuff.
or it's like we could maybe like have like the band songs. Like if all 5 of us are there, they work. But like for each member less, maybe set a DC that we have to beat.
I like that.
For like, and the fewer members are, the harder it is to actually pull off the song, as members are like unconscious or missing or this or that.
that works for me. I'm just throwing it out there because I'm thinking about it, and I'm
Right.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because I think the biggest idea with the band songs were that it is a song powerful enough that each of you is imbuing your own kind of like musical magic into it with like your instrument or voice or whatever particular instrument you're lending to that song. So that makes sense. Trying to perform it without a person would be harder.
Mm-hmm. That way, like in a pinch, say like part of the party might be separated and only 3 of us are there, but for whatever reason we really need Gruen.
Yeah.
We could like at least try and summon him by being awesome enough.
And then he shows up and he's like, wait, it's only 3 of you? I'm insulted. Bye!
While you guys are mulling this over, there's a little poof, and in the center of the table is like a little like purplish demon, or that seems like a demon, but he's like dressed in a little like suit, that looks and says, "Hi, are you the Fabulous Funky Five?"
How
Yes,
big
we
is
are.
the demon? How big is the demon?
Shorter than you guys. Like he's tiny. He's like in the middle of the table, probably as big as the bugs, like or as tall as the bugs.
Nice studs. Who's your tailor?
He's like, oh, I made these myself.
Nice.
Thank you.
You look fresh.
Thank you. Yeah, you have to for the job. I work for Nemesis. Nemesis is a notification system, and you guys have been registered as a Nemesis of. Hold on one second. He pulls out like a scroll from his bag. And he says, one Shayna McPhee.
That checks.
I am obligated, because they have registered you as a nemesis, to tell you that they are notified when you are within like a city's range. So like if you're in the same city, they're going to be pinged and know when you're in the same area as them.
Oh, okay.
I'm also obligated to offer all of you the option to opt into the same subscription to be able to be notified when they are close to you.
Yes, I would love to.
Okay, that it is per person 200 gold pieces.
How about a soul?
What?
How about
No,
a soul?
I slapped my head over his mouth.
He's like, oh no, we don't.
He's getting way too open with that.
We don't make those kind of contracts. We don't deal in souls. This is a company within the plane.
Okay. I will pay your 150 gold piece. Fee.
It's 200 a person.
So it's 150. Now it's 200.
I think you said 150, right, buddy?
I heard him
I
say
think so,
150.
too.
Snapple
I
for
think
my
it was
little
150.
plug hand.
Make a person. Make a gaslighting roll.
I mean, I know I'm getting old and my ears are bad, but he clearly said 150, right?
150 is what I heard.
Yeah.
17's not
Wait.
going to do it.
Do I get advantage because they're helping me?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage on this because they're helping you.
Amazing.
I'll give you guidance, like Marvin is like rubbing your shoulders. You know, like a boxer.
With
That is a
guidance,
24.
24 is not going to be enough to do it, unfortunately. Does anybody give him Bardic? You all have Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, totally.
I would. I can.
Is it D6 or did it go up to a D8 now?
D8.
Ooh,
Yeah,
girl.
true. I only
If-
have D6, so my
If you
body is
stayed
shit now.
Bard, yeah.
25.
On a 25, he knows that you're trying to deceive him. But like the effort is so good, he looks and he says, "You know what? I think you were right. I must be mistaken. 150 gold each."
Yeah, woohoo, yeah. And I do like a little roll backflip and like jump up into Dino's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we really only need one of us to be alerted of that, right?
Yes.
He like has all of you, like he shows the contract and has all of you sign it when you're ready. It does clearly state like exactly what it is. There's no hidden gimmicks or anything in it. It is like a very professional, like magical contract. You can see at the top it's got like a kind of magical etched letterhead that says Nemesis Corp.
Do we all have to sign this, or can I just sign this and pay the fee? And
Everyone has to sign it.
So it's just a group thing. Like I can't just opt into this myself for Shanum.
No, because Shanum registered everybody as his nemesis. He registered the whole group as his nemesis.
I'll be honest, that's a lot of money. I mean, if we have to do it as a group.
I mean, I'm not scared of Shanum. Shanum
Yeah,
doesn't.
Neither am I. He's obviously an idiot, but he's making a lot of contracts with devils, you know?
Says, we are not primarily devils. They just use us for the delivery work of these notices. It's actually like a human-owned company.
No. There's a guy he's making deals with that is like a devil.
Yeah, no,
It's-
that's not what we are though. Like this is like a legitimate contract. We are a this is a subscription service for magical notifications of your mortal enemies.
Sounds like a scam.
Guys, do you want to pay it? I would pay it, but I don't know if everybody is willing and happy.
I would do 150 for myself, but I don't know if we should all do it because it seems kind of why. If he's my mortal enemy, then why can't I just opt it? Shane McDoodle is my. I hate that guy.
Yeah, if you could just tell us when he's around,
Well,
and we won't need to know.
at that, I mean, this is the response service, and again, he's registered like your whole team. If only one of you signs, only one of you won't be notified. You have to all agree to sign together and pay the fee in order to subscribe. You also only, this is like an exploding offer. If you decline here, unless you are registering Shane McPhee as your nemesis, which is a much steeper fee, you won't be notified unless it's as a group. This is just as a response.
How much to register him as my nemesis?
25,000 gold pieces.
He spent 25,000 gold pieces. Was that per person for us?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Where did he
we
get
will,
that?
we will pay this fee now, and the next time we're in the same city as him and get notified, we will get this dude and shake him for some money. I mean,
What? Why is he so mad if he's so rich?
I mean, I will pay it. So, obviously, I will only pay it if the whole group does it, but I will pay it.
I mean, he's clearly rich. We want to be notified when he's around so we can go fucking rob him, right?
Yeah. That's a lot. That's more money than I've ever heard of in my
Exactly.
life.
You just dropped 125k on a subscription service.
Just,
Yeah,
just to know where you are at all times.
I'll pay.
Well, just to know where we are if we're close.
If you're close, yeah. And how did he get that money? Who knows?
Probably sold some other souls. He seems to be big on that.
What causes this to expire?
It causes what to expire?
This arrangement, this magical, mystical arrangement where we know where he is and he knows where we are. What causes it to expire?
Well, if any of you die, the contract is revisited. We contact him and say, hey, one of your nemesis has died, you know. Do you want us to end our contract, or do you want to go forth with it?
There's no refund if it happens within a certain time frame?
No.
How long does his contract last? I mean, certainly you have like a 3-year model, and then he has to pay again or something.
No, that's why he paid so much. The contract is indefinite upon whether you are once you are killed or leave this mortal plane. That is when the contract ends.
Or leave this mortal plane.
So you guys,
I looked at Gino.
you guys can make it pretty bank if you guys like took it. You know, he pays 125,000 gold pieces for this service, and then he dies the next day. I mean, you guys don't have to track it anymore, or do any of that mess anymore, and you guys have just gotten 125,000 gold richer.
Oh well, we just it's attached to his soul. So even after death, he will still be notified of your if you are close by.
So if we leave this plane of existence, then the contract ends?
That's what it says. Yeah, that's what it says in the contract. If you leave this mortal plane, the contract ends.
And then he cannot track us anymore.
Yeah.
I'll have
exactly.
Gino snap my neck, and then when I find him, I will kill him again.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will like pull my money back from the table. Yeah, we're good, I think.
Okay.
Are you hiring?
Can you teleport?
Probably.
You do have to kind of take an aptitude test when you apply, but we're always hiring.
I'm full of amplitude.
Amplitude.
You're full of, I'm full of amplitude.
Full of apple juice, yes.
Some kind of juice. He's full of some kind of juice. Might be garbage juice. Who knows?
It is garbage
Some of it might have
juice.
come from apples.
Some of it might have come from apples. That's right.
If you're looking to apply, our headquarters are like smack dab in the center of Baldur's Gate. So,
Cool.
if you can make your way there, and go ahead and find a big sign says Nemesis Corp. You can't miss it.
Okay, I will.
Well, hey, if we end up being coworkers, I look forward to seeing you at the office. Around
Me too.
around the old blood cooler.
I always have. I like blood.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, it's good. Refreshing.
Anyway, that's it. Yeah, if you guys are declining, then I probably won't see you again. But
I'm willing to take my chances.
okay. Well, good luck to you, Fabulous Funky Five. And maybe we'll see you again, maybe not. But either way, good luck. And he disappears in like a poof of smoke.
We will never regret that decision.
Feels like we should just kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna pluck his eyeballs out and wear them as a necklace.
Yeah, we should just go kill him. How do we find him?
Oh, he'll find us. Eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah, but then we don't have the element of surprise. We can just, like, get socks full of gold coins and then beat him to death while he's sleeping.
Were you sleeping that whole time, drinking apple juice, garbage juice, altitude juice? Listen, he said there's no element of surprise, period. He's gonna know when we're there.
Know when we're close.
Yeah.
Well, he knows we're coming.
We
Okay.
just have to go to a different plane of existence. It's not that difficult.
Oh, I can do that.
No, he has a
Yeah,
one-way ticket, two-way ticket,
Yeah.
six-way ticket.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's going to reactivate when we come back.
He said the contract ends.
Oh.
I asked him 2 times.
True.
Do you think devils lie?
No.
Creatively, but not so straightforwardly.
Yeah.
And if he finds us somewhere, what then? We already kicked his ass once.
Exactly.
Speaking of ass kicking, shove my plate away. I get up. I need to go to the smithery. Anybody want to come with me?
I need to go see Kendrick.
I'll escort Poppy.
Let's go. I wave to Scramscrax.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
I will clean up the table a bit. I'm not a complete asshole. So clean up the table a bit, bring the plates over.
Oh, he'll be like, that's not necessary. I can take care of that. I gotta get some cleaning done anyway.
And then I will make my way to the dwarves for my gear.
Yeah, okay, so you're going to the dwarves. Alejandro, I think you said you needed to go to the dwarves as well? Previously?
Yeah, I'll be going along.
Okay. Dino, are you going with Gino, or are you going with the rest of the group?
I'll go with Gino.
You'll go with Gino?
In
Okay.
case he gets jumped. Somebody can watch his back.
So the bugs are going on their own little mission? Okay.
That can't possibly end badly.
We will... We'll start with the shoppers first. Black iron blades. You guys kind of go outside into the street and break off. The bug's going to try and find Kendrick. You guys walk back in, and Elsa is so happy to see you already. She runs over and gives you big hugs. Garn looks and says, "Jesus, Solfege, you look worse for wear."
It was a fun night. Now I'm paying for it.
Oh, is that what that sound was?
So many free drinks. So many drinks.
He's like, yeah, I've been busy, making these, and they're like little metal statuettes of all of you.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got enough for probably just like a small run right now. I'm gonna see if anybody locally wants to buy the inventory first before I start spreading it out.
Impressive likeness.
Should we sign them or something?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is like, well, maybe it's fairly small. It'll be a little bit hard to sign it in a way that. He thinks for a second, and then you watch as he like fastens one to a plaque, that he puts like a little like metal plate on, and he says, "Okay, this actually works. We could probably get you guys to sign like the bottom of this."
Like authenticity certificates.
Sure, why not?
But he's like, but the first ones, of course, go to each of you, and he gives each of you your own little like bronze statuette of yourself.
I will sit down. I will start
I will
signing
treasure
some
it.
statues. And I will casually ask, do you have something, maybe? I mean, I saw you had, as I like sign the statues. I saw you have some pretty good surveillance here. Do you have something to contact other people easily?
She looks and says, "Not really. Unfortunately, magic's not my wheelhouse outside of like keeping potions and stuff, so I don't think we have anything like that."
Too bad, too bad.
She does say, she says, "I could look into it." I mean, like, we do still have.
Nothing specific, but we could try looking through the items. The Horn of Silent Alarm. Like when you use an action to blow out one creature of your choice can hear the horns blare, provided they're within 600 feet and not deafened. No other creature hears it, but that could be like, oh shit, bad things happening kind of alert if we're like sort of close by.
Alejandro, so if you give him the horn,
Like we could buy like a couple of those and be like, I mean, we won't be able to communicate specifically what's wrong, but it could be, you know, and oh shit, get to the rest of us like now kind of an alert. Again, it's only 600 feet, but you know. Just an idea.
She also says she's like, I could look into it and see if there's something I could find. It just might take some time.
Yeah.
You guys are just otherwise shopping. Yeah.
I have no money. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah, wait, they said they give us one armor for or weapon for free?
One armor, or 1+1 armor, or +1 weapon for free, and you were the only
Yeah.
one who still needed to redeem one.
So if I wanted to plate armor +1.
Yeah, they'd give it to you.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Hold on, let me drag one over to your character sheet.
Deal. Picking the expensive one.
Is she able to wear that?
Yeah.
She is now.
Yeah, because for armor, it doesn't require to be natural strength. It's not like multi-classing. You just have to have the strength score.
Yeah, and she's a cleric now. Cleric lets you wear heavy armor, right?
Yeah, because I
Certain
picked
ones.
Twilight. I picked Twilight, so I have heavy armor
Okay.
proficient. And I'll get a shield too.
There we go. The armor's on your character sheet.
Thank you, thank you.
We will move over to the bugs. Once again, you're trying to find Kendrick. You're not even sure if he's still in town. How are you?
He said if we look for him, we'll find him. So I'm going to walk around asking people where Kendrick is.
Okay.
So I found him last time.
Roll an investigation.
Can I argue for persuasion because I'm bugging people?
I will allow it.
$19.
19's pretty good. The word gets around. It does take a bit of time, but eventually, yeah, you hear like kind of like the zoop of somebody teleporting in, and you see Kendrick kind of walking through a portal. Says, "I heard you were looking for me."
Yes, me and my brother are serving the colony. Remember that thing that I got you to do with the teleporting in the bag?
Yeah.
Can we do that again?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And now that brings me to the second thing. We need a whole big crate of food. Big crate. Lots of food.
Big wagon.
Tarask size food.
Now you pay for it. I can get you as much food as you need.
How much is lots of food?
Well, you want like first of all, where are you storing it? Same location?
Yeah, same place.
Same place? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could. You decide on the size, how big you want it, and I can get a price.
Okay. Lots. 100
Biggest.
gold pieces.
Biggest
Each.
wagon. Yeah.
200 gold pieces worth of food?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, easily done.
Okay.
I thought
And
100.
do you need payment for your teleporty?
I'll give you this one for free.
Okay.
If you're already paying, you're paying for the food. I know where it's going. Yeah. I'll take care of it this time.
Okay. I will play you a song.
Oh, I'd love that.
I hurl him through hell. No, I don't. I play him Death to the Garbage Man.
I just had them cross my arms. I'm like, yeah, I'm not featured in this song. I'm not featured in any of those songs. I throw the 100 gold at the Kendrick.
It's too funny. Yeah, he does that. He's like, is there anything else I can do for you?
Was Gino part of the conversation earlier of trying to find a way to talk to each other from a distance?
Yes.
Do you have a way that we can talk to each other from a distance?
Huh. Talk to each other from a distance.
Yes, like on other anthills.
I might actually know of something. I can take a look when I'm going to the market to get the foodstuffs. What are you looking to spend?
What's it gonna cost? There's a lot of us, and we can probably pull some money together because we are so rich and famous.
Huh.
I'm gonna start talking to them telepathically, or like tell them like our way to amplify this, to talk to them further away.
But this is just something that we can do because we're bugs.
There's gotta be a way to make it further.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you grab your arm and stretch it long enough, your arm will grow.
Well, it's like I've
An inch or
heard
two.
I've heard rumors of sending stones, which normally come in pairs. But I've heard of wizards tinkering with them to try and make them either expand range or work with more people. I have a few friends in those kind of circles who might be able to get their hands on something like that for me. But as far as I know, they don't come cheap. Usually a pair is about 300 gold.
Oh, we can do that. We can do 300 gold.
Well, that's normally a pair is like two of them connected together is 300. I would have to get a price for the expanded ones, but if it's something like are you wanting just the two of them for a longer range, or are you looking for like one for each of your group that works together?
Depends on how expensive it would be for one for each of the group. So you give me the prices, and I will talk to the Funky Fabulous Fresh Funky 5, and then we will let you know.
Says, give me... okay, I'm going to... He says, give me a minute, and you watch as he casts a spell. It looks like he's casting, like, a message spell. He writes down a message on a piece of paper and then waves it, and you watch as it disappears. It takes a couple of minutes, and then comes back, and, there's, he waves his hand again, and then a paper reappears in his hands. He's like, okay. It looks like they do have the stones, the altered stones available. They did say it is a little bit temperamental. You have to be very careful with them, and they might explode.
That's okay.
Okay. You're looking at 400 gold pieces total, but that will be for 5 stones.
Okay. Gino, do you have 200 gold? Or 100 gold?
Yeah, I'll pass him 100.
Okay, I will give him, so a total of 600 gold from both of us?
Yeah.
400 for the stones,
400 for the
200
stones,
for the
200 for the food. Yeah.
Cool. And I'm gonna sit with Gino for a second, or Dino, and we're gonna squabble a little bit and talk telepathically and write out this letter that we're gonna send with the crate. I'll send it to you a bit later.
Okay. Creating items. Item.
Sorry, where did I meet Kendrick?
You
Where
met.
are we right now?
He would have just appeared to you in the middle of the street.
Oh, okay.
Start talking telepathically back to Gino. Trust this guy, he's on up and up.
Kendrick has
him
given
the
me
high ground.
many pocket burgers, many food. Of course we can trust him. That is everything to us. Somebody gives you food, best friend.
Yeah, and a pocket burger is a sacred bond.
Real
trust
sacred bond. I trust him too. I will die for Kendrick. He is part of the colony.
Honorary member for now.
We just have to do good.
Should got a little bit of food for us. His belly starts grumbling. Maybe we'll get some garbage on the way home.
Here, I have this half a turkey leg, and I pull out a turkey bone. Just the bone.
You think there's eating the bone, crunching it. This is pretty good.
We can go look in that garbage can over there.
Huh.
Look, there's something sticky.
You go to look in the garbage can, and as you like crawl in, an arrow just misses you and like lands at the end of the garbage can, with what appears to be a note wrapped around it.
I throw myself like in front of the garbage can as if to protect it for a second.
Yeah, protect the garbage. You don't protect me.
No.
Shakes his head.
No.
Yeah, you look at the note, and it just says revenge.
Listen, McDougal, wherever you are, I will fight you.
There's no answer.
Go back to the garbage.
You just go back to the garbage.
You are a coward. Face me.
Ravengi. What do you suppose that means? Is that like spell type of pasta or something?
No, the E at the end makes the G say J. It's revenge.
Revenge! Oh my god.
Revenge.
I think
I
that
don't
means
know.
he wants to cook us or something.
I think he's flirting with me. Can I, like... Oh, I don't even know. Can I discern where this arrow would be from? Is it just a common arrow? Is it, like, embroidered? Is it any sort of... Or even the writing on the note? Is there anything that would give away who this would be from?
Give me a perception check.
Perception? Sure.
Or an investigation, rather.
Investigation? Alright.
Yeah. Give me some sleuth and numbers.
Ooh, 22.
Yeah, so the arrow is, pretty distinctive. It was, the exact same as one of the arrows that, is it Shanum? Shanum, one of them has a bow. Yeah, Shanum has a hand crossbow, so it's not an arrow, it's a crossbow bolt. And it looks like it was fired from a hand crossbow, and you remember one of the only band members that had a hand crossbow was Shanum.
Yeah, I start cursing. Shanum, you will pay for this. We hate you. Your band is terrible, and we are actually probably part of the White Roses. And then I look at Dino. Okay, now we gotta go stealth mode because we might die.
Like blending into the garbage can. Like
I blend into the wall.
yeah, just
Okay,
lean
come on.
back.
Come on. And
Yeah,
I start
let's-
scurrying down the street, like staying blended in. Can we like
Let's-
stealth away?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll some stealth checks for me, please.
We get advantage, right? That's an actual mechanic thing. Because we have something.
Advantage on stealth.
Chameleon carapace.
Yeah.
I just put it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. The 23. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, you guys blend into the wall. You're fucking shadows. Like, just like...
Fuck you, Shanum.
Coming back to the Black Iron Blades, the bugs would have been able to make their way in undetected. And the rest of you are just hanging around kind of shopping, talking about merch and things like that. Kendrick does pop in briefly just to drop off the sending stones. Says here, I was able to get them fairly quickly since he already paid up the money. Again, just be very careful because, like I said, when I was telling you about them, they might blow up. But if you keep that in mind, you're good, you know?
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be all good.
We know how to handle explosives. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we don't mind. We will definitely tell the others as well.
Cool. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, Kendrick, for
Okay.
all of your services.
Yeah, man. You're paying for it. I'm happy to do my thing because it's kind of what I do anyway.
Yes, I heard about your dealings with the kitchen at the tavern. You give them all the food. They were saying Kendrick gives all the food, and I was a little jealous because you should give me food.
I do give you food.
Yeah, but like exclusively.
Well, I mean, you gotta pay for exclusively.
One day I'll be able to afford you.
It's like when that day comes, I look forward to it, my friend.
You have pocket burgers?
He pulls out a pocket burger. He's like, I absolutely have a pocket burger for you.
I have pocket pasta from last night's party.
Takes it, fucking immediately eats some. Again, for somebody who's supposed to be human, this dude has like fucking ungodly constitution because he just like gobbles it up and he's like, yeah, it's great.
Love you, Kendrick.
I love you too, Gino.
Let me get one of those pocket burgers quick.
No.
He looks at you, Dino, and he goes, I'm out of pocket burgers.
You know what? I bet you're featured on a stupid album, aren't you, Kendrick? Fabulous, Funky Five. I mean, I'm flabbergasted. I don't even know what to say right now. Kendrick and Dino featuring Garbage. I'm gonna walk away.
I dap him up. I just dap like a little low key dap. Like
it daps you up too and then walks through, like steps through a portal.
Dino, wait, he was just kidding.
He's bad. I didn't get a pocket burger. He's already inside.
Oh my god, that was fucking brutal.
Also, we'll be doing like the week of like time, what happens during the week of time, but we will fast forward to the end of the week. After you've done all of your recording and stuff like that, when the album arrives. You get this, like, it's magic, it's artifice work. And instead of being like a something like that you would play, it is just like the record itself has like magic imbued into it, so that when you pull it out and lay it on top of the casing for it, it like minor illusion plays the music. And on the cover, Adam was nice enough to send me a cover.
Nice.
Did we lose?
It is beautiful.
W land screwed. Oh no, we lost Anya. Okay, well then, this I think will be a fairly good place to wrap up for today. With that little future note of you getting getting the Garbage solo album. When we come back next session, we will do probably like a little bit of role playing, depending on what you guys want to do, like your next steps moving forward, and then we'll likely go into our next like downtime before your next leg of the competition, where once again you'll probably have to make a couple tough decisions. Welcome back. You did not miss much. I don't know if you saw the picture, but Adam had sent me the picture for his solo album.
I did not see.
You didn't see it?
No.
Hold on, I'll put it in the Discord chat as well.
I need to reconnect to the
Yeah.
Oh, can you kick me from the session? I cannot log in.
Yeah, no worries.
Garbage. That's so cool. Good job, Adam. Proud of you.
Garbage.
On the beach.
I
Cleaning garbage.
still have to give all the songs abilities. That's gonna take me a bit of time. But they
I
are
like how
all...
they're getting cemented.
What?
I like how they're all getting cemented, like people keep bringing up specific ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Many mentioned. I'd have to like do like a little counter of every time somebody mentioned a song from the Garbage album this session.
I couldn't think of one when I was yelling at him and Kendrick.
I think some of the
I
things
just
we'll
said garbage.
some of the things we'll do before downtime are like the recording sessions. Like we'll do like little performance checks and a little bit of role play with the Magic Mouth, since it'll be your second encounter with him, as he records some songs on your album just cause.
Hell yeah.
Not even just cause, like, you guys are, you're celebrities now.
Yeah.
You are in a whole nother level of notoriety. I think the last thing we'll leave on, instead of just ending it here, Alejandro. We go back. You decided for Rosa that night that the best course of action was for you to leave. But curiosity is also an affliction of the cat. And maybe just wanting to see her one last time, you managed to sneak into one of the last shows before King Rurigar takes his troop and concubines to their next city of sin. You wait for the performance to begin, and when you look, Rosa is not amongst the concubines. What is your reaction, and do you make it publicly known, or do you keep your reaction to yourself?
Knowing that he's a hunted cat, I probably would not make myself known. In fact, I'm probably hiding in the shadows or in the rafters of wherever this building is, this location is. I probably found a way to sneak in that way if I was going to try to observe without being seen by anyone in the venue. If he didn't see her, obviously he would grow suspicious immediately, and his mind would probably race to all the possible outcomes of why she is not here. I would probably be gauging what is the attitude and temperament, the demeanor of Rurigard in that moment. Is he there? Is he present? I'm assuming.
He's present. Yeah. Like, it's the concubine performances became a like very regular thing for the stint of time that he was there. Again, just like a showing of his wealth and his power, as he, I can have these big feasts every night, and I can have these dancers dance for me every night, and just that kind of like cocky, rich person who likes to flaunt his wealth.
Does he seem overly pleased with himself, vengeful? Does he have a sinister smile on his face?
I would say overly pleased with himself is incredibly accurate. Most days he's cocky, but tonight he's cock of the walk. Maybe because tonight of all nights, all eyes are just on him.
I kind of feel like
What's going on in there, Alejandro?
I'm thinking about. I'm looking at the minor illusion spell. I'm looking at spells that I would have probably been able to cast at that time, as a low level, first level bard, first or second level bard type of time period. And I was trying to think. Would there have been a time? Would Rosa have been a? Would she have been only a dancer? Or would she have been a singer as well?
She wouldn't have sung in the group, like in the group of concubines, but having spent time with her, you would have known that she would have had a very good voice, like a nice voice. Maybe she didn't sing with the group, but she definitely sang to you.
I want to. I think Alejandro being, suspicious here, and wanting to get a reaction out of him. I would pick an object that would be close at hand to him. Maybe a goblet that he's drinking of, or something on the table. Like, I'm assuming there's a table, food, with a plate of food or something in front of him. So pick an object that's like sitting on the table, or maybe the goblet that he's been drinking from. Cast minor illusion and have it sing a song that I would have heard her sing, something maybe that I would have played, that she would have sang for me, in her voice, emanating from that. Now, the song can last up to a minute with that minor illusion cantrip. So my curiosity is casting. Basically, I'm casting that, and I want to see what his response. I'm looking to gauge go to response out of him of some kind.
Yeah, hearing the voice, he does go from like content to a little bit like almost completely clearly like perturbed. But only shows it enough that like maybe only you would notice. Like he wipes it off of his face and like fakes the smile again. And like looks at the cup and stands up and walks away.
I guess the question here is there anything about his reaction that would give me any kind of a sense of she's alive or she's dead in that moment? That's really what I was trying to go for, is his reaction such that hearing her voice but knowing she's dead, I guess it's like a poker player trying to read a tell.
You know
what I'm saying?
Give me another insight roll. Not dead.
16 ain't horrible.
Not dead. You can read on his face, not dead, but there's the smug look that he had on his face is gone hearing her voice. Whatever he did do, it's not like it weighs on him in a way that would like disrupt him mentally. Like, it doesn't seem like he's sad. It seems not even like he's angry, but like he's annoyed.
Okay. I mean, I guess I could try to follow him and see where he leads.
Mm-hmm. You're pretty stealthy. Go ahead and give me a stealth check anyway. Okay. Yeah, you stick to the rafters. You're able to kind of go from one room to another using the rafters and kind of like holes and gaps in between the rooms. You move into the next room where you hear Rurigar say, "And you're sure she's locked away? No one will be able to find her." Good. And he hands off money to somebody. I'm going to ask you for a history check here. The DC is going to be a 20.
Well, that would take a 19 or better. So, okay.
I'd allow you to use guidance here. Because I think you can give guidance to yourself, right?
Right.
I'd allow you to use guidance here.
Nope.
All you see is the hand of the person who receives the money, but you never see a face. And before you can move forward to get a chance to see, the person is gone. It's like they stepped through into like a portal or something, but you don't quite see how they disappear. Poppy, you kind of daydream, kind of drift away for a moment throughout the day. And you kind of have, as you daydream, you kind of go back to remembering your time with Marv and Tamora at the table. And you remember the cards and flipping over and thinking of the memories. But thinking back and kind of in the daydream, of all the memories, there was one you couldn't quite make out. One that didn't make sense. It looked like it was just bars. Not really discernible for a location, but like kind of like iron bars, and what appeared to be kind of like concrete or something, like dark stone, that the walls are made of. Thinking back to that card and focusing on it just in the daydream, you are able to almost like zoom and like look in at the card. And as you do, the memory plays. And it's a short memory, but it's a recent memory and it's not yours. It looks like you can't see it, but you can hear your performance from last night. As if somebody is watching it. You hear Ezra, like I say, and the crowd is roaring as Alejandro just rips away with his guitar. And you see bronze hands wrap around the bars. And you don't see a face, but you see violet eyes. And you hear the word, Alejandro. And that's where we're going to end session for tonight.
Fuck, this is such a thriller, this whole love story. Screw the competition, we're gonna do some regicide. Why not?
It's Thanksgiving Day tomorrow, Adam. Are you still running game?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Okay, so Land of the Lost Corsair tomorrow over on Adam's stream. Go check it out. We are now on our hiatus for Wednesdays with Tiny Punk over. I'm going to be working on Curse of Strahd for the return, which we're thinking is probably going to be likely January, with the look of everyone's schedule. So we're off for a little bit for Wednesdays. But Thursday is Lost Minds of Phandelver over on Kirby's stream. And then Saturdays we have Cleaning Crew, which we should be back to this coming weekend. So that's it. Anybody else have anything else to plug? All right. Well, that's it. Thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight. We love every single one of you. Hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. And as always, power the players. Have a great night.